Welcome back to another episode of Smoky Ribs. I'm Russ Jones. I haven't done a burger video in a while, so today what I got in store for you is a Cajun burger. It's going to have all sorts of Cajun flavors going on, from andouille sausage to deep fried crawfish. It's going to have the Trinity on it. It's going to be good, true Cajun flavors. Let's get busy. All right, so we're going to start by making our patties. We're going to grind our own meat. This is about 2.5 pound chuck roast. And here I have real andouille Cajun sausage. This is Cajun certified. And this is going to be the fat that I'm adding with this more lean chuck here. This is going to provide plenty of fat along with some of the fat on this chuck. So we're going to be looking at a real juicy burger. I have removed the casing from this andouille sausage. And all I'm going to do is just simply cut this up into pieces that will fit down into my grinder. I've got about 12 ounces of andouille to, like I said, about 2.5 pounds of the chuck. Same thing with the chuck here. We're just simply going to cut this into manageable sizes for the grinder here. All right, as you can tell, this grinder head is very, very cold. It just came out of the freezer. So is this hopper, this tray. My fingers are actually sticking to it. Very important to have this really cold before you start grinding your meat. I'm going to go ahead and load this hopper up with some of the beef and some of the andouille sausage, which is made from pork. You try to grind this back and forth where you get more of a consistent grind between the two types of meat. All right, now as you can see, I have a real coarse grind on this. You could, if you like this texture on a burger, you could just leave it just as it is, just mix it up thoroughly. But I'm going to be putting the smaller die on here. Go ahead and make that change now. All right, now I've also had this die in the freezer as well. It is ice cold. I'm going to run all this meat through again, and this is going to give a texture more what you're accustomed to with a burger. All right, going to load my hopper up. So what you want to do is grab you some of this hamburger meat, get you a big handful, just about like this. We're going for some pretty good sized patties. Now you just want to take and form these up by pressing. You don't want to overpress. All right, use your thumb to kind of guide the edges here and form a patty. Pretty high fat content, so you can expect some shrinkage with these. So we're going to counteract that by making these bigger than the buns. All right, this is about what we're looking for right here. I'm going to go ahead and form the rest of these patties. They're going back into the refrigerator to where we can keep them good and cold just prior to putting them on the hot grill. Getting ready to make a Creole mustard aioli. Going to do this with some blue plate mayo. I'm just going to guesstimate at this. I'm going to say around, for only 4 burgers, 5 burgers tops, I'm going to say about a half a cup of the mayo. Got about a good tablespoon of minced garlic. I just minced fresh garlic. Give that a good mix. And Zatarain's Creole mustard. You want to put about a half a cup of this. All right, looks like I have a really good mix on this. You want to do this a little in advance to give these flavors time to marry up and come together and be all it can be. So I'm going to pop a lid on this, place it into the fridge for later use. All right, I'm going to put together a real quick beer batter This is going to be for something that we're going to be topping the Cajun Burger with. I'll be showing you that coming up. But I'm starting off with 3 cups of self-rising flour. I've got about 3/4 of a cup of self-rising white cornmeal. All right, now into that, I've got some Tango Joe. This is the Tango Spice Cajun Rub. It's been a while since I've used this, and I'm telling you, I loved it in the past when I've tried it, and I got to thinking about it. So, man, I hope I got some of that left, and I did, so that's what we're going with. Really need to check this spice out. This is a good one. This is his Cajun Rub. I'm just guessing at this. I'm going to say around 2 tablespoons. Give all this a real good mix. All right, now you just want to add a beer. Use your favorite beer. You just want to add this in a little at a time till you get the batter consistency that you're wanting, which is similar to a pancake batter. Our consistency is looking about right here. I just kept adding beer in until I achieved this consistency right here. Let's go ahead and go outside, get this grill fired up. We'll meet you outside. All right, I've got my charcoal set up. I'm going to have a half moon griddle here in a few minutes. I've got my deep fryer set up, my fryer set up here with a charcoal basket under it. I got me a cool zone if I need it. All right, I'm going to give it a real quick brush. I want to show you this product. Texas Brush sent this to me, man. This is like the ultimate grill brush. It's actually designed for restaurants. Restaurants all over the country are actually using this. Well-known chain restaurants as well. That's what they had in mind when they designed this. The heads are replaceable, as you can see, through the wing nuts. You can get the brushes in stainless, which this is. You can get it in a carbon steel, or you can get it in brass. All you have to do is change out the head when you wear them out. But I'm here to tell you, I've been a pipe welder for 30-something years, and this is very similar to the brushes that we clean our wells with. That's what I use, is a stainless steel brush. They last and they last and they last, and they do a really good job. I can't say enough about this brush. I really couldn't see myself doing any kind of product review on a grill brush, you know, because typically you get the ones like at, well, I'm not going to mention these store names, but you know what I'm talking about, the little cheap ones that don't last more than a month. Not true with this. And please go check them out. I'll have a link in the description box. All you guys with the real big rigs, perfect, man. This thing has got some reach. I mean, it'll reach out there and talk to you. So check them out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and configure this grill. We'll be back in a few minutes. We're gonna put some burgers on. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go on with the burgers. Gonna put a little oil down. Now I just took salt and pepper and I seasoned one side of these. Apply some salt and pepper on this side as well. All right, so I got my oil up to about 350. I've got some jalapeno slices we're going to dip in over into this batter. We're going to deep fry these. All right, I'm starting to get a little bit of golden look to these jalapenos. We don't lack much more. They're floating. All right, these jalapenos are looking perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and take these off. We're gonna strain these on some paper towels. And I've got about one more batch I need to put in. I believe I might can flip these over now. Oh yeah, nice crust. This is cooking at the perfect temperature. I have coals directly under it. What I've got going on here is just some onions and bell pepper. Add a little salt. A little cracked black pepper. All right, so I got onions, bell pepper. That's part of the Cajun Trinity. Celery would complete this as a Trinity. Not using celery, but I am using celery salt. Give these a little bit more flavor. Go ahead and pull these burgers off on indirect heat. All right, let's fry up some crawfish tails. Cajun popcorn. Gonna be great on these burgers. Putting them in the same beer batter. You could also replace this with shrimp. I'm gonna go ahead and finish these, get these nice and tender, nice and sauteed up. I'm gonna continue on with the crawfish until I get enough tails, and I'll meet you indoors and we're gonna put a burger together, a Cajun burger. All right, I'm using crostini rolls. I've got them toasted, and I'm putting on some of this aioli that I made earlier. From here, we're gonna take this beautiful looking patty, and I smell the andouille in this. From this point, we're gonna take some of these bell peppers and onions that was seasoned with salt, pepper, and celery salt. Deep fried jalapenos, beer battered jalapenos. Now on with these real crispy crawfish tails, also done in the same beer batter. These things are good all by themselves, man. We've been munching out on these. All right, some more of this Creole mustard aioli on top. All right, would not be a Cajun burger without the fleur de lis. There we go. It's time to do a taste test. Gonna do a taste test on this bad boy, man. This thing is a mammoth. I kind of created this in my head with just thinking of all the different flavors and the crawfish, the deep fried crawfish. That was a must. All right, I have no idea how I'm gonna handle this, but here we go. Now that's a good burger. That is insane. The andouille is definitely shining through inside this burger patty. So juicy. That pork fat mixed in with this beef. Excellent, excellent, excellent. The aioli, the Creole mustard aioli, really complements this burger. I can't say enough about the deep fried crawfish. They're good all by themselves, just like I said. Make yourself a remoulade or this Creole aioli. Dip them in there, man, it's fine. And these right here, the deep fried jalapenos, definitely put a nice twist to it. All in all, this is a great burger. Until next time, smoky ribs.